Right, folks, just a quick update from me. Tenerife day 4. How did yesterday go? Just keeping in touch with you whilst I'm on my holidays, so you don't think I've died. I'm just reporting and letting you know what I'm getting up to. Some of you might be interested, some of you may not. If you're not, then I'm sorry. For those that have been out here before and that might be looking at coming out to Tenerife, I'll just give you a bit of a guide as to what I get up to, what we do, me and her indoors, and give you recommendations of where we think is good to go. So if you do come out here, you can have a try of it yourself. You'll never see me out there with the camera walking around, and don't do that. But I will give you some names of some venues and some acts that we see when we're here. And I'll also let you know what we've eaten, where we've eaten. That's probably one of the high spots of our holiday because I enjoy my food and we always eat out. I never go in a hotel, all this, all you can eat and all that palaver and whatever else. You know, this all inclusive, it's not for me that. We'd rather eat out and enjoy the food out, and that's what we tend to do. So I'll let you know what we did yesterday, Sunday. And we start with food. Well, almost start with food. I watched a bit of sport in the afternoon, had a bit of a bet running on the football game, the Arsenal game which came in, a later one didn't, so I'm going to say nothing more about that. And then we went for a bit of Sunday lunch. Had a slightly later Sunday lunch because the football was on. It ended about 10 to 4. We had a table booked for 3. I put it back to 4 o'clock. And we were there bang on the nose. Where did we go to, you might say? Well, I'll tell you. We went to a place called The Bar, which as it turns out is only around the corner from where we stay in. Very handy, you might think. Well, it is. The problem is, to get back, you've got to go up a hill, and the hill is like that. I wasn't that good at it. I put a bit of weight on, as I've said in the past, but more importantly, my health hasn't been brilliant this last 12 months. Nothing bad, nothing to worry about. But I found it a struggle. But I did it. Anyway, it was well worth the climb. Well worth the climb. Now, it's called The Bar. They do a Sunday dinner, and I was looking forward to it like I can't tell you. 1, because I love my food. 2, because I love a good Sunday roast. But 3, and this is the real reason, I'd seen a review on the place by another YouTuber, or a pair of YouTubers. And if you get a chance, folks, anyone that watches this channel that sees this message, go and have a look at the review. It's by a couple called Rick and Shelley, Tenerife. And they reviewed this place about 5 weeks ago now. And they put it up at the time as their best Sunday lunch on the island. They did have a favourite of another place before this that they put up about 6 or 8 months ago. Now, they're not like many of the YouTubers on the island. Many of the YouTubers come here or live here and they regularly do reviews on food. They also let you see the food, they let you see what they're eating, they film themselves whilst they're eating, and they often mark it out of 10 when they've finished eating. They don't do this. They don't mark it at all. They'll also show you the food so you get a good idea of what you're going to be eating, but they don't film themselves while eating. And to be honest with you, if I did that kind of lark, I'd be the same. I don't want anyone seeing me eating. I know I'm not the best looking eater in the world as it is. I don't want to film it, do I? Why would I do that? No. I do it as they do it. But anyway, they tend to give a really good and honest review. If they like something, they'll tell you. If they love it, they'll tell you even more. They don't normally tell you if they have a bad meal, which that's their want. I'm not sure I agree with that, but if they're happy with that, that is fine. Anyway, they raved about this about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I seen the food as it was delivered to the place because they shown that on camera, and I thought, that looks the business, and I mean the business. So I thought to myself, it will be anywhere between really good and excellent. I was wrong on both scores. It was another level up from excellent. Her indoor said it's the best Sunday lunch she's ever had outside of our house, anywhere, especially abroad, anywhere. There's a place here in Tenerife that we love that does a cracking Sunday lunch. There's a place where another one of the Tenerife vloggers raves about a Sunday lunch. We've had there and it's not bad, but it's not as good as the place that we prefer. Neither are as good as this bar. It's called The Bar, folks. Have a look. Rick and Shelley, Tenerife's video. See what you think of the food. And if ever you come to Tenerife, you must go for Sunday lunch. You must, honestly. It was absolutely out of this world. So that's part 1. So lunch started really well. I made a bit of a boob with moving it from 3 to 4. That affected my stomach at the end. Because they had 3 sweets on offer, and the only one I liked of the 3 was apple crumble with fresh cream. I'd have loved that. They only had 1 in. And the wife said, you can have it. I said, no, you can have it. She'd already told me she was full after eating the Sunday dinner. That's what she told me. The lady serving us, I think the owner said, well, you can have 2 spoons. The wife said, oh, go on then. I thought, oh, she's having some. I thought, anyway, I have never seen her spoon move as quick in my life. She had more than half, and she's not got an appetite like me. It was lovely. I had less than half. I was gutted, absolutely gutted. Yeah, it was the last one in there. The only came back. She said, oh, I'm really sorry, we only got one. Oh, I was gutted. Oh. That's me doing the gentleman thing. I should have said, well, I'm having it. I ordered it first and just put my arm around it and ate it. But no, I shared, didn't I? Won't be doing that again. Anyway, it was lovely. The main meal, out of this world good. Out of this world good. The dessert, great. Loved it. If you get a chance of going, folks, please try it out. I'd be amazed if any of you is disappointed. I really, really would. So the day started great. So then we came back in and we had this thing. I said, look, I've got some recordings to do and a bit of research before I do it. Let's get out early. I said, what we'll do is we'll go the old pheasant plucker again. I'm saying it slowly so nobody gets it wrong. Pheasant plucker. Now, the reason I wanted to go there, you might remember, on day 1 we went there. We had a couple of drinks there when we got home. We got in very late day 1. I think we got in the apartment 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So we had a couple of drinks and then off to bed. Anyway, we went back there because it's not a million miles from where we stay in. And there was an act on there called Comedy Elvis, who we love. If you've seen him, folks, and you see this video, you'll know what we're all about. You'll know what it's all about. I'll be amazed if you dislike him. I'm sure you're going to love him. Anyone that's seen him, I'm sure they're going to love him. He's brilliant. Without doubt, in my mind, one of the best acts on the island, if not the best. Definitely one of the best. He's absolutely sensational. He's brilliant. Really good, folks. We seen him. We said, let's get in there early. The act there is normally 10 till 11 o'clock. But it's always packed. You can never get a seat in there. So anyway, we gets in there for about 8:10. We had to sit through a quiz and all that palaver, but it's one of the things you've got to do for a good seat. And luckily, there was 4 people at a table and we got squoze in at the end. I say luckily, it wasn't lucky in the end. Well, it was and it wasn't. Anyway, we've got an hour and 3/4 before he comes on. 10 minutes later, another couple comes up, hoping to get on there. There's no real room for him, there's only 1 chair over. But I can go across the way from where I am next to her indoors. They can both fit in. Just meant the gents would have to be on a stool. Unfortunate for him. Also unfortunate for me. Lovely couple, Scottish couple. Somebody said in a message last night about the what's it somewhere, and have you got a string vest, a bit Rabsy Nesbitt is. And I said, no, I've not got a string one. I love old Rab. Unfortunate for me, I seen his brother last night. What a nightmare that was. The Scottish guy sits down with his wife. Nice fella. In fact, I think he was a lovely fella. Don't know much about him because I didn't understand a bloody word he said. And when I say I didn't understand a bloody word, I can pick up most from anybody, be it English, Welsh, Scots, Irish. No problem. I've got a few folk that watch me on here from Scotland and I know that. Maybe the odd time you struggle with me. I don't know. I do talk a little bit quickly. He wasn't talking quick. But he was just talking broken biscuits all the way through. I kept saying to my wife, I can't understand a word he's saying. I have not got a clue what he's saying. And the music's on as well, makes it hard. And you're going, air conditioning. Oh, yeah, I can know it's cold, that air conditioning. Ice. Oh, yeah. He mentioned €12. That was the cost of his tour. €12. And then he mentioned a couple of days ago they'd been out somewhere and it cost €65. I got that, the €12 and the 65 I could understand, and I thought, you're definitely of Scottish and Yorkshire descent. One of his parents must be Scottish and one from Yorkshire, because I know they've got something about money. That was clear, the money aspect and what he'd been spending, that was clear. He also mentioned to me, I don't think any of them were crippled, they were both slightly larger size, not huge anything. But he said, oh, we've got one of the chariots, we've got one of those, the electric chariots, because I mentioned the hills there. And I thought, I don't think you need one of them. They've only got it because they like going from bar to bar and they don't like walking up hills. And I thought, you lazy buggers. There's loads that do that though, not disabled at all. But anyway, they're on them. They're all inclusive in some hotel somewhere. I know they've been 7 times, couldn't work out what it was called. They tried to tell us, I couldn't work it out. 7 times they've been. The food, pish. I think that means crap. I've heard that. I've heard Rab do that one and others do that one. The food's pish. And that's about all I heard. This guy talked to me for about an hour and a half. I thought, comedy, please come on soon. Please come on, because he'll stop talking to me. Because I'm saying, yeah. And I'm thinking, he must think that's all he says to me. And I'm thinking, I can't understand a word you're saying. Lovely fella. But I've lost an hour and 3/4 of my life. I said to wife, can he not come with subtitles? I'd like a screen above his head with subtitles moving along. And then there was a time I said to wife, for all he sat across from me, I told you folks, my eyes aren't great, they're really not. Give me my glasses. If I can see his mouth moving, I might be able to work out what he's saying. That didn't work neither. So, great night, really enjoyed it. But this Scotsman, I'm not sure of his name, and if he'd have told me I wouldn't have worked it out, I don't think. Nice fella, but didn't understand a word he said. I do know something. He's wearing a football top, didn't know what the top was, so I never had my glasses on, and he tells me he's a Dundee United supporter. He bet him that day, yesterday, against Rangers. He said Rangers won 1-0, he got cracking odds for Dundee, and I think he said next weekend we play Rangers in the Cup. He said, and we'll knock them out. Mark my words, we'll beat them. So I'll look out for that. He might be right. I'll look out for that. Now, I don't know, folks. Tell me in comments underneath. Is there a part of Scotland where the accent's really, really strong? And if it is it Dundee? Because, I tell you, honest to God, I still don't know what he was saying. And I go watch Billy Porter when I'm here, the Scottish comedian. I pick out virtually everything, no problem at all. But couldn't understand a word this man was saying. He looked very Rab Nesbitish. He never had a string vest on, he had a football top on. But he reminded me so much of him, honestly. But did I understand a word? Did I, buggery? It was hard work. So anyway, normally, when comedy goes off at 11, we might stay and watch a bit of the karaoke and whatever else, have another couple of drinks and then retire for the night. But Erindor said, let's go to Temple Bar to see old Liam. Liam's on only 3 nights a week now. I think he's on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now, for those of you that come to Tenerife, I'm sure you'll know Liam. If you don't, you must get acquainted. Absolutely fantastic. It's the longest we've ever seen him. We normally, if he's on till about 1, we normally get in there 12:15, catch the last 40 minutes. I think he starts at 10 o'clock. We're never in that early. Last night we was in for like 11:10. That is early. And we was there till he finished at 1 o'clock. And we was right next to the stage, which was disappointing for me because I had a rick in my neck because I was watching him all the way through and I felt like I was sat next to him and it felt a bit too close for comfort, really. It felt a bit weird, because I'm a fan and he might know I'm a fan and I don't want him thinking I'm like, what are they called when the fat lad? Well, you know what they're called. Not a groupie, I'm not thinking of that, no. Anyway, I know what I mean, but anyway, I was a bit close, but it was fantastic, as is the norm. So, last night, absolutely crackerjack of a night, crackerjack of a night. Today, started well, but not so well, in a roundabout way. More about that tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'll be reporting on this on Wednesday. I think I'm meeting a fellow YouTuber for a quick... Well, he'll be having a coffee, I might have tea, I don't like coffee, I might have a cold drink, I don't know. But I'm going to buy him a drink. I've never met a YouTuber before, it'll be a first for me. I've never ever met anybody off YouTube before, ever. But he does the old YouTube around here, and he's somebody I follow. So I'm going to have a chat with him about all things YouTube. That'll be different. Only for an hour, because he's got a lot and he's got a busy life, and I've got her indoors to be with. Never mind that mind there. So that's it for me for today, for yesterday. This was yesterday anyway. Day 4, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Day 4, Tenerife. Hope you're well, folks, and I'll catch you later. Well, there'll be a few messages later tonight, but I'll catch you tomorrow.